Hello friends, today I am going to explain you the acceleration performance of a vehicle. Many times we are listening that so and so sports car it is achieving 0 to 100 km acceleration in for example 2.5 seconds. In this video I am going to explain how can we calculate such acceleration performance of any kinds of vehicles. I have already mentioned in my previous video that acceleration characteristic and braking characteristic, it depends on the tractive force available at the road wheels, right? So first and foremost requirement to understand the acceleration performance of vehicle, we need to calculate the tractive effort which is available at the road wheels. So basically we can say that the acceleration performance of vehicle, it depends on the two parameters. First we are saying it the power, and second you can consider the traction. In this video I am going to explain the power limited acceleration. In next upcoming videos you will find about the traction limited acceleration. So what is the basic difference between the power limited and traction limited acceleration? So we can consider that when a vehicle is moving at low speed, the traction, it is the major parameter which is affecting the acceleration of a vehicle. So during such cases we need to consider traction as a major affecting parameter. So traction limited acceleration, it is for the such kind of cases. In case of a vehicle is moving at high speed, and during high speed the traction during the high speed, the rolling resistance produced by the road, it is, we can consider as a negligible resistance. Okay. So in this case we need to consider the power as a major affecting parameters on the performance of vehicle considering the acceleration. So let's see step by step. So to understand the acceleration performance considering power, we need to create a mathematical model for the mechanical system by which the engine power is transmitted to the ground up to the road wheels. I'm again emphasizing to estimate the exact acceleration performance of vehicle, we need to create a mathematical model of the mechanical system through which we are transmitting power produced from the engine up to the road wheels. And that's why we can say that we need to understand the basic structure of the all mechanical systems. Okay. This figure indicates the rear wheel drive vehicles and the power transmitted from the engine to the road wheels in this direction, we can say. Okay. So first and foremost, our engine, which is the power producing element. Then we have a transmission case, inside which we have a number of gears which are rotating continuously. Then we have a drive shaft. You can also call it the propeller shaft in case of a rear wheel drive. Then we have a differential gearbox, another gearbox, and at last we have a axle shaft. Right? At last we have a axle shaft. And with the help of this all mechanical rotating systems, our power is transmitting from engine to the road wheels. Okay, road wheels. So to estimate the exact acceleration performance, we are taking help from the Newton's second law. So this law applies for both translational system and the rotational system. For translational system, we are very well aware with this equation, which is F is equals to ma. But considering the number of system, we can call it the sum of total force. Okay, sum of total force. Here x, a small x, it indicates the longitudinal direction. Okay, it indicates the longitudinal direction. It equals to m into ax. Now again here ax it indicates the acceleration in the longitudinal direction. Okay, why I am emphasizing on this subscript, because it is very important to understand the exact meaning of the subscript. Okay, so again here Fx, that means it is the total attractive force in the longitudinal direction, and Ax, it indicates the acceleration of vehicle in the longitudinal direction. Likewise, you can write for the rotational systems too. Here we can write the total sum of torque produced by the mechanical systems in the longitudinal direction must be equal to the product of the inertia and the rotational acceleration. Okay, rotational acceleration in this same direction. We are considering the longitudinal direction. So please friends, keep in mind that with the help of these two basic fundamental equation, we are planning to derive the whole mathematical model. Okay. Now, as I said, with the help of two previous equations, we are trying to derive the final equation for the acceleration performance, in which the power, it is the limiting factor. So we can recall the equation. It is F, it is equals to ma. F, it is equals to ma. Basic equation for the Newton's law. Okay, so here we considered F, it is equals to ma, the longitudinal directional acceleration. This mass, it is converted by W by G. Okay, to understand the acceleration performance which are affecting by the gross weight of the vehicle, and the total force, tractive force available at road wheel, it must be equal to this in our case, the total force produced by the vehicle or engine which is transferred to up to the road wheels minus all resistance. These all are the resistance. Okay, these all are the resistance, we can say. So here Rx, you can consider the rolling resistance, dA you can consider the aerodynamic resistance, this RHX you can consider the hitch force resistance, and W sin theta, it is the horizontal component of gross weight. Okay, again it is the in the opposite direction, that's why we need to consider it here. Okay, so in the whole manner we can say that this term indicates the total tractive force available at road wheels. Okay. Hey friends, due to busy schedule, not able to complete this expression in this video, so you must check out my upcoming new video for having a better understanding of power limited acceleration for vehicles. Thank you so much.